But like, you know, like you guys coming on here, I was hoping you guys would just share whatever it is to be true for you guys, right? And you guys had positive experiences with Joe. So I want you to share that. Just like when I interviewed Royal Flush, he had positive things to say about Joe. Psycho Les, like, you know, it's not about just having just one side. I just want people to say the truth, whatever it is. As long as you say the truth, that's all that matters.
Well, two things can be true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on Tupac mode where if you're not fucking with him, if I'm not fucking with him, you're not fucking with him in such and such or whatever, and what capacity and shit like that. Because, you know, I don't want to go drastic as to say nobody's got killed or anybody such and such, because, you know, unfortunate events did happen and shit like that. But as we explained it, when you put the clips out, you know, the relationship came from two different places. Had I knew Joe through Cuban or some shit, it'll probably be a different circumstance, different outcome. You know what I'm saying? But I knew Joe before Cuban and shit like that, and Pun and shit. And you know what I'm saying? I had my different experiences, just like I have my different experiences because I didn't meet Cuban and them through Joe. You feel what I'm saying? So neither one could really tell me what to do or what to say and shit. Do I have love for both? Of course, 100%. If they ask me to be there, yes, I'll fucking be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I don't know what Joe would probably need me for, but like, if, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what Cuban would probably need me for. But if Cuban need me, I'll say, I'm working with that nigga. That's my motherfucking brother, Cuban Link. You feel what I'm saying? He's done shit for me that other motherfuckers, when he was on, because there was a downtime when I wasn't like popping and shit like that. And he was on. And I would call him or come to the block, yo, I need a song or something. And he would come the fuck through. How would you can't disrespect some shit like that for a nigga. You can't say, nah, I ain't doing it, turn your back and shit like that. If I was super lit, I would get that nigga and be like, yo, nigga, here's some money. Come through the studio, we rocking and rolling. If I had a situation where I could put him on and get him $1 million, I'm rocking and rolling. He'll be the first nigga I'll fucking call.
So I know Cuban, he felt the way about your appearance on the podcast for the Uppercut Podcast, right? When you were asked about Joe and Liza's situation, he felt it was a little politically correct in your answer.
Mm-hmm. How do you correct in my answer about the what situation again?
About the Joe and Liza situation. When Tyga asked you about Joe and Liza, he felt that.
Yeah, I know definitely what I said. What Liza feels is real. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that away from how the fuck she feels. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she has her story to tell and whatnot. We grown men at the end of the day. There's really no PC answer I could give you but some real shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, sit here and give you my grievances with Joe if I had any to say this, that. Like, no, that nigga's a snake. He did such and such. Fuck that nigga. Or what you going, you know what I'm saying? If I'm in talks with my brother who's Cuban and shit like that, and he tells me, yo, how he feels on this and this with Joe and shit like that, I'm not gonna say and tell, yo, Cuban, nah, but you wrong, bro, because he said, nah, Joe's a good dude. Or that. I'm gonna listen to what the fuck Cuban gotta tell me and shit like that. It is what it is. I'm not playing both sides and I'm not on the fucking fence. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cuban is a warrior to the 10th power. That nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? If you with him, you with him. And fuck all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these niggas and all that. I understand how he feel. You gotta understand, because if I was him in shoes, I'll probably feel the fucking same fucking way. But, you know, at this point in time and shit, I'd rather help Cuban than, you know what I'm saying, and then dismiss and do shit over here and whatnot, which just doesn't even make no fucking sense to do. Nigga, I'm here for you. It's not like, you know, niggas call. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna get to the root of it. If publicly Joe was to see me help Cuban, we was in videos together doing music and all that shit, and Joe be like, yo, man, what you doing with him, man? Joe, don't fuck with him, man. I got a situation with you over here. I'm gonna say, no, nigga, that's my brother. I'm gonna be there, nigga. If you don't want to fuck with me, you just don't want to fuck with me. That's what it is. So, you know, Cuban's going to feel the way regardless, nigga. We argue all the fucking
I think that from Cuban's perspective, it's like, if you want to talk about facts, it's when you look at the paperwork for that lawsuit with Liza and Joe, it's like the facts is there. So I think
that's what I said, though. I said that in the what you call it. I said, yo, it's in the paperwork. I'm not here for assumptions, bro. If you was to put the paperwork right in front of me and I would read it and comprehend what the fuck is going on, or call my lawyer and say, yo, what does it say? What does it say? Perpetuity. What does it say? 2%. What does it say? Mechanical rights, syncopated royalties. What does it say? And he'd be like, yo, this is a fucked up deal. Then it's a fucked up deal. You know what I'm saying? That man was wrong for giving this nigga a fucked up deal. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna keep it 100 here. Some motherfucking production companies or record, they don't even know what the fuck is in the paperwork. They let their lawyer give them a stack of some bullshit and just slide it off to the what you call it. As long as it's advantageous towards the fucking company, that's all they would care about. Who's to say? Who's to know? You feel what I'm saying? But let me say this, real rap. Pun made the conscious decision as a grown man to sign with somebody. I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying, because he didn't get a lawyer probably or don't know what was in that paperwork or no shit. Like, he probably was on good faith on thinking Joe is going to be his brother. He's going to take care of him and he's going to be good for the rest of his life probably. And he's going to fucking force Cuban, Sace, and everybody else on Joe because he's the meal ticket to get everybody out the fucking hood. He's not going to let his brothers behind and shit like that.
Oh, that's not the paperwork I'm talking about. I'm talking about the court document of when they went for the lawsuit when she was trying to get his royalties.
And that answer in the short term goes to the same for them court documents. If I was to see the court documents and say the same thing, Joe wrong for that. Like, come on, man, knock it the fuck off. But I don't got no court documents and shit like that. Like I said, I'm not playing the fence, but I'm being a realist and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
So to you, at the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong.
Right is right and wrong is wrong, no matter who is doing it. You know what I'm saying? But just because you tell me and shit like that, I'm going to take your word for it. But at the same time, I'm not going to go blindsided and blindly be like, yo, nigga, you was wrong because such and such told me he was in the doc. You know what I'm saying? Even if he's my brother or not. I don't take my own brother's word for my real life brothers. I don't take their word for shit. I researched it and be like, yeah, because I'll tell my brother, nigga, you bugging, we wrong. You going to get us killed out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, to make it even fair, I've been put in positions where I took somebody's word and I trusted 110% wholeheartedly. And the shit came out something other way. And not saying that person was lying, but it was more of a misunderstanding to a situation they didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? And it put me in a position to advocate for them and come out with my chest out and then get told this, and then it wasn't really what it was. Not saying that's happening to Cuban or Liza. I'm just saying that's how I go about shit.